Hello, this is Lucy Blunden of lucyblundenbotanicals.com. I thought I'd bring a little recognition of spring into our lives with a Tapalong video. Spring is it feels to me like such an enormous time of year. We're stepping out of hibernation, which can well mean stepping out of your comfort zone if you prefer the inward time of the year, into a more outward, light energy and sensations of renewal, rebirth. Like nature is out there apace, getting on with spring and all the things that spring brings. So we've got flowers popping out, the bees are coming out. I even saw a butterfly the other day. A couple of days ago, and there's that real sense of things bursting into life. Now, spring energy can be quite high. It's considered to be the masculine energy, the yang of the yin and yang, and we need to take care of ourselves and our energies and our how much we spend during that time. But I came across these lovely affirmations in a book that I have by Kirsty Gallagher as a way to embrace spring. And they're powerful. They're really lovely affirmations and the kinds of things that you think, yeah, I want more of this, I want more of that. But sometimes the idea of those things, especially if they feel a long way from where we actually are, can be a bit tricky. So I thought we could do some tapping around the idea that we can welcome these things without necessarily feeling overwhelmed, without feeling that we're not good enough if we don't yet feel it, and welcome the sense of those ideas, that energy, that shift, that change, the gradual growing into these new spaces. I mean, if you think of nature, it's not suddenly all the trees have leaves. They're growing, they're budding, they're starting to unfurl, they unfurl, and then they reach their full potential. And even then, they start to change colour. If you think of things like beech leaves, they start off a very vibrant, limey green colour, and then they become darker through the season before they then change for their autumn coats. So the first affirmation is, every day and in every way, my life gets better and better. And that, wow, what an invitation at the beginning of spring. And I move forwards with ease. Yeah, but it doesn't always feel like that, does it? So I welcome new beginnings. That feels like a good one too. I welcome new beginnings. It's a time for new beginnings. It's an opportunity for things to shift and things to change. But quite often we don't really feel it. We're not there yet, and so this is about helping you to notice where that resistance is. Perhaps you feel it in your body. I often feel a clenching sensation around the solar plexus, so just below the ribs. Sort of on top of where your stomach is internally, and sometimes lower down as well, and maybe a tightening in my throat. You might feel a heaviness in your chest or a buzzy feeling in your head. There could be any number of things that you might feel. So I'm just going to give you space to fill in the blanks when we tap on this. So we start by tapping on the side of the hand, and this is always the way we begin things. This is to acknowledge the truth of how we're feeling. Because you can say affirmations until you're blue in the face, but if part of you's going, yeah, right, who are you kidding? That affirmation isn't necessarily going to be particularly successful. So we start with, even though. I would love to feel the energy of those affirmations, but part of me is resistant, part of me is reluctant. Part of me can't even imagine that. I acknowledge and accept those feelings within me. And let's say something again. So you repeat this after me. Even though I would love to welcome spring, but it doesn't feel like where I am, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And if you find love and accept too difficult, just acknowledge and accept where you are. It's okay. You can't really get this wrong. And so we're going to tap around the points. Every day and in every way, my life gets better and better. And just tune into your body. What do you notice? Every day and in every way, my life gets better and better. As I say these words, I notice my body respond. And maybe it isn't with a leaping joy. Maybe I feel cynical or reluctant or sad. And I'm acknowledging those things right here. And I notice where those things are in my body and give them space to be here. I allow the space for those things to be here. And I witness my discomfort. I notice that perhaps this doesn't feel true for me right now. And I acknowledge it, recognize it, and give it space. Every day and in every way, my life gets better and better. Take a nice deep breath, keep tapping, following along with me. And the second affirmation, I move forwards with ease. I move forwards with ease. And maybe I don't right now. Maybe life is tough right now. And life has its ups and downs. And I'm acknowledging those feelings right now. And if that feels hard, if tears come, or anything that feels difficult, just keep tapping. Just keep tapping. Acknowledging the space in your body, acknowledging the feelings that you're having. It's not easy. Maybe you want to shout. Maybe that feels angry. It's not easy. I'm not moving forwards. I'm stuck. But I'm giving myself space and opportunity to welcome something different, to welcome something new, and welcome a space that maybe I haven't been in for a long time. And by acknowledging those feelings and sensations, allowing them to be here instead of pushing them away, I recognize their validity and no longer have to struggle to keep them down. It's hard sometimes, and that's okay, even when it doesn't feel okay. And sometimes, my goodness me, it really isn't okay. So allowing those things to be here and just keep tapping. And the third of the affirmations, I welcome new beginnings. I welcome new beginnings. And maybe that feels frightening. What do you mean new beginnings? I'm perfectly happy as I am. There's nothing wrong with things as they are. And that's okay. You don't have to have new beginnings if you don't want them. But here we are, welcoming spring. And it feels like a new beginning, even if it's outside, not inside. And I am welcoming new beginnings. I'm finding my space within myself, where perhaps I do want a new beginning. I'm thinking of this as the new start. Traditional calendars would have started at spring, in spring, at the spring equinox, where light and dark are equal. And it feels like a great time for New Year's resolutions. A great time to push yourself out a bit more. Get the daylight. Notice the changing of this season, the coming in of the bright colours. And maybe it feels harder than you would like it to, but keep tapping. Keep following this. Keep following along with this. Notice anything that arises and keep tapping. You don't have to use words, just keep tapping. And maybe you'll yawn, maybe you'll burp, maybe you'll do deep shuddering sighs, maybe you'll cry. All of these are a sign that things are shifting. So it might be some resistance is shifting. Maybe those emotions that feel tricky are shifting. And welcoming the opportunity for the comfortable status quo to shift. So just take your hands and put them in the space of your heart, in the centre of your chest there. Take a nice deep breath, acknowledge what you've noticed, acknowledge what you felt, acknowledge what you still feel. And I hope you've enjoyed that very much. Please subscribe if you'd like to hear more from me. And I look forward to telling you all about the new programs that I'm in the process of writing just in time for spring. Thank you very much for being here. Take good care.